also the belief that you also have built with teachers that with your support, by working together, we grow. And we, as SEA-TEP team, have also grown as well in terms of our professional network. And this relationship, I think it also very productive and also very meaningful. We have become friends among us, and we are committed to grow this network to be even more productive together. And three of us, myself, Darin, and Dato, will share with you about this wonderful journey that we have been taking. So I'm going to share with you with the background of SEA-TEP, what kind of interventions that we have been implementing, and initial outcomes that we have started to observe from teacher practices and students. Darin will cover what effective components of this program with the country-specific professional development that each country have customized the intervention. And Dato Noraini will end with policy considerations and strategies for the way forward. So we start with the end, the PISA, that how students in 5 countries have been now performing. And if you look at from this graph, yes, there are many countries that's still advanced, right? And some countries still struggle, including Thailand. And if we work together, we believe that we can increase our student outcomes. And because at the end, we hope that our students can perform better if it's assessed by international assessment. And on the right, this is another international assessment conducted by CMEO Secretariat in partnership with ACER from Australia. The result also is mixed. There's still low performing students in some countries that we still believe that if we work together, we can help support the student performance in those countries. And we are aware that there are challenges of STEM education, and these include the lack or deficiencies or maybe the limitation in access to quality learning materials, in quality professional development or effective instructional strategies, and also in terms of the professional networks and the nature of the pre-service programs that might focus heavily on theories rather than the experiential learning. And this is the SEA-TEP goals that we would like to achieve. We would like to provide the pre-service and in-service programs with high-quality learning units, with instructional strategies that have been proven. And as now we start to form, we would like to formulate a productive professional learning communities that we still grow and continue to support our teachers. The interventions have been carefully designed in a way that we provide the technical assistance from the expert, and which is led by Professor Joseph Krejcik. He is the expert who has been designing as part of the NGSS team, and also has been advising OECD on the PISA framework. And that's how we have been introduced with a good learning material set on concord.org, which is open sourced. And we would like to emphasize that these learning materials are well embedded with strategies that help students construct scientific explanation by using evidence. You will hear a lot this afternoon about CER, Claim Evidence Reasoning. That is one of the key strategies that help students collect data and be able to support their claim with scientific reasoning. And with this knowledge transfer, technical assistance from Professor Joseph's team, the faculty members in partnering universities cascade the professional development down to teachers, and they conduct professional development activities and provide instructional support to teachers. And in the classroom, we have observed positive outcomes, response by students that they are better engaged in this way, and that has been very rewarding for us. The way that our learning units and effective strategies are well aligned with PISA are shown in this slide. If you look up on the PISA framework, in both science competencies and environmental science, they heavily focus on constructing scientific explanation by using evidence and reasoning. Right? In terms of the environmental side, students supposed to be better aware of the scientific concepts that link with environmental and be aware of how human interactions and activity affect the environment. And this will lead to an informed decision for their better actions to be taken to change the environment. Many of us are here in this room. Right? This work cannot be this successful with many of you here, and many of them at schools, at government agencies, that they have confidence that if we provide effective interventions with our system, we can improve and strengthen STEM education in our countries and in the region collectively. So at the end of our presentation, the policy brief will be distributed and you can read more. Many universities' name and partners who have been dedicated their efforts in this program. A quick outcome about the numbers that have contributed or result by this program. 24 institutes who partner in this program, over 120 educators work tirelessly with teachers, over 1,500 teachers collectively in over 214 schools. And the studies that conducted by many researchers will be followed after our sessions. And applying the learning units that were designed and with NGSS, I think it's helped build the confidence and justify our action, that why we want to scale and expand this program. And I believe that 10 research is an initial number. In the future, if any agency are interested in sponsoring more research, I think they should consider our program. And I hope that in the near future we can expand through many sources of funding that see the potential of our program in improving student outcomes and transforming teaching practices. These are some initial findings from Indonesia. I think soon they might be publishing a paper, and the group, the folk from Simulec and his team, led by Dr. Wayudi, has shared with me this data. And It's about how the program, this intervention has led to the student outcomes, and they conduct regression analysis to study the association of many factors from that is affected by this intervention, whether it is student motivations or critical thinking, that they link with the academic performance of students. And there is a quote by students that to reflect what they think about the new approach of learning that link more with an awareness of the food that they consume. The next slide the study is conducted by Dr. Dinara, who will be the researcher presenting her paper. But this is newer. She said that this is the newest, the more updated data that show the practices of teacher adopting CER, and also the assessment of teachers and decoding of the video about student engagement after implementing our intervention. So I will end my part and I will hand over to Mr. Darin to share about effective components of the program. Darin, please.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Good morning. Sorry. Yeah. Let me continue, and I will tell about core components of effective teacher preparing. So as you see here, it's 4 core components. First of all, of course, it's high quality curricula. And second one is experts. And third is contextualized learning with integration, with localization. And finally, it's feedback and instructional support. So let's go to each of these one. So first of all, what do we mean by high quality curricula? So we have NGSS, New Generation Science Standard, and the base of this New Generation Science Standard is 3D learning, three-dimensional learning. So what does mean three-dimensional learning? First of all, it's disciplinary core ideas. Each subject has core ideas. Like, for example, in physics, it's energy, mass, matters, something like this. But also, second one is cross-cutting concepts. We can find a lot of cross-cutting concepts, principles, laws between these subjects. And finally, it's scientific and engineering practices. Let's go deep. So we all, 5 countries, we integrated water quality unit. So in an example of water quality unit, you can see science and engineering practices. For example, in water quality, there was 8 practices, but of course each country, we changed it, we localized it because we have local context. For example, in Kazakhstan, Kazakhstan is a landlocked country, so we are in the center of our continent, so we are very far from the oceans, so we have a little bit different problems than here. So we need to localize all of this. Second one is disciplinary core ideas. For example, in water quality unit, it's ecosystems, earth and human activity, engineering design. And finally, it's cross-cutting concepts, similar patterns, effects, systems, stability. This unit made by Dr. Ann Novak, as Dr. Kesara mentioned, with Professor Joe and Ann. We had, I count, more than 80 hours in Zoom. We all, during whole year, we had meetings with them, and we understood how to localize it, how to do our best. Okay, so next one is Sage Modeler. It's a free website and a free resource. You can use it. It's a website for modeling, so you can choose patterns, you can choose relationship between quantities, and you can change it, and you can see what changing in one factor can affect on another one. Also, Modeler has interactive simulations, so you can see here in an example of river in United States, but we, as I said, we localized, and in an example of our country, we choose our local rivers, so we changed it and provided special courses for our teachers. Second one is experts, as Dr. Kesara mentioned. So we had 3 experts, and led by Professor Joseph Krajik. He is lead writer of NGSS, New Generation Science Standard, and also he is an advisor of OECD in PISA assessment. So we had, I think, very strong experts, and because of this, meetings, as I said, we have more than 80 hours of meetings. So we all together, 5 countries, try to localize. We try to find similarities and differences between our countries. We made our curriculums, and we created our programs. So contextualizing. As I said, it's integrate coursework with fieldwork, incorporate culturally relevant media references, align with national curricula. Just for example, the main difference of, for example, my country, Kazakhstan, is we don't have subject like science in my country. We have physics, chemistry, biology. It's different. But the main result from this September, we can integrate. So our Ministry of Education said from this September, so next month, we will see how schools in my country can integrate physics with chemistry, or physics with biology, chemistry, biology, and something else. So it's a main result of our big project. Ongoing feedback. So during this project, we made strong relationship between universities also, and we invited Dr. Prachayapong Yasri from KMUTT to Kazakhstan when he has lessons, and he had, I believe it was 2 weeks, yes? 2 weeks of his lessons in Kazakhstan. And also we had the opportunity to teach, Ayhanım and I had opportunity to teach Malaysian colleagues, and also there was Cambodian colleagues, right? So it was also wonderful time. Okay. And here you can see how each country implemented these courses. So Indonesia, Thailand, Kazakhstan, Malaysia, you will continue, right? Yeah, okay. So, for example, in our country, as I said, we had the hybrid model. So we divided our teachers on 2 parts, with face-to-face trainings and online trainings. So totally it was 65 teachers trained, and our national PD recognized by the Ministry of Education, and now from September we can teach teachers on STEM education. As I said, we didn't have subject science before, so but from this September we can do it. we have Jangatalap. Jangatalap is our national program, similar. So it has 3 years of experience. So as a result of 3 years of experience, so we have PD, we have recognition of our PD by ministry, and it's a very, very big result for us. According to Malaysia, I think Dato can, yeah, more? Yeah, thank you.
Right, selamat pagi. Selamat pagi in Malay from Malaysia is good morning. So again, selamat pagi. Alhamdulillah. All right, so this is a very fantastic collaboration between 5 countries, which is we should thank our Chevron. I think give a clap to Chevron that sponsor our initiative. And then, of course, it's coordinated by the Samuel STEM Ed. Give a clap to our colleagues there. All right, so 5 countries, we have been working together hand in hand, enhancing on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Because the future of the world is depend a lot of artificial intelligence and also the digital economy. So because of that, these 5 countries, as what been discussed and presented by Dr. Kasera and also my colleague, Mr. Darren just now. So every different country focusing how to really promoting STEM education with the framework of the CER, claim evidence reasoning, and also the 3 modeling and the STEM learning units. All right, I'm sure that this year, 2025, Malaysia Prime Minister, Yang Berhormat Dato Seri Anwar Ibrahim has been appointed as the ASEAN Chair 2025. So he has been very committed to make sure that the Malaysian on the issue of STEM and TVET, so we're supporting the this SEA-TEP program to make sure that we're establishing a network of teacher professional development communities. So the National STEM Association of Malaysia, so we, on behalf of NSA, we would like to thank you again to Chevron and Samuel STEM Ed for inviting us part of this team. So we have been campaigning a lot on STEM. Instead, before I joined this project, the National STEM Association, we have initiated several activities helping the rural areas or the communities in terms of like project on mentoring and teaching and learnings to make sure that we'll be able to help students to become the champion in STEM. All right, the National STEM Association apply Malaysia Right STEM Framework as shown on the screen, where we call it RIGHT. R is refer, because we need to make sure that all our teachers, our Ministry of Education Malaysia, we design the curriculum that enhance higher order thinking, that enhance the involvement of the student, just like all the activities that we have shown just now, where the student really involves in the activities. They communicate each other with the teachers. We don't want the teacher just to come to the classroom and write on the board and the student just copy. No, that's what this SEA-TEP is all about. We want to change the way we are teaching, where the teacher must be really facilitated. And they must ask questions, the problem solving and so forth. So that means their curriculums need to be refined so that they'll be able to refer the best curriculum. The second one, from the curriculum, the pedagogy, the way we are teaching, we cannot just standing like what I'm doing today. We have to move about, just like what Dr. Kasera and Darren was saying just now. A lot of different countries Thailand, Kazakhstan, Cambodia, and also Indonesia, they go down. The water, they test the water quality, they test the soil pH and everything. So then they interact. So this is what the framework all about. And then, of course, in terms of knowledge, not only transferring through verbal, but through action. And of course, the assessment need to relook. We want more on continuous assessment, a school-based assessment where allow students to talk, allow students to ask. So that is all the National STEM Association Malaysia on the right STEM framework. And we are also very lucky, it's supported by our colleague Samuel Wrexham in Penang. They organize workshop, mentoring session, and classroom observation. All right, before I go into the policy consideration, I would like to ask question to the audience. Do we want to produce innovative future citizen? This is the way. The CR, the 3D modeling, this is the way. Where action is there. We want the student come to the class, boom. This is about physics. This is about Pythagoras theorem. This is about quantum physics. So that is the things. So yes, everybody agree. So we work together. The second question, do we want to produce a job creator or a job seeker? Yes. So this is the future. We want to produce job creator. In order to produce a job creator, the student must be able, the teacher and the student must be able to invent some innovative products of their own. They must copyright it, patent it, then they come out with they can commercialize. So that's also what we are together in these 5 countries is doing. And as far as national STEM education, we already got people in the school selling, commercialize their product. So next month, we are going to Taiwan because we collaborate with the Taiwan investor and so forth. All right, the last question. Do we want to produce a STEMpreneur? STEMpreneur means they must have strong knowledge in STEM, and at the same time, their products is of high quality. So that is meant by STEMpreneur. So do we want to produce a STEMpreneur? All right, alhamdulillah. So now everybody is with me. So let's go to our policy consideration. So we have 6 policy consideration. I will go in detail. One is, of course, to build capacity of pre-service. When we say pre-service here, is the teacher still in the university or in the institution? We have to change the curriculum, just like what the NSA right framework just now. Make sure that if our curriculum is still traditional, change it. So I hope after this gathering, change. Relook at all your curriculum to make sure that the revised curriculum to train your future teachers. Because I noticed that the data Thailand, we have over 30,000 schools for future teachers. We need a lot of pre-service. And then we have 3,000 schools and 500,000 teachers. It's a lot. And then Malaysia, we have about 10,000 schools and also about 500 teachers. And Kazakhstan, about 8,000 schools and 400,000 teachers. Indonesia is the walla, which they have 400,000 schools and they have 4 million teachers. So that's why the curriculum, can you see, we are not talking 1, 2, or 3 here. We are talking about million. So that means for the future education, change our curriculum, change the way we are teaching. We have the CR here. So we have to build up. The future teachers need to be able to be versatile because we need them to be not only in terms of reading, writing, but the concept of science and mathematics must be strong. The mathematics, the algorithm, they have to make sure that they'll be able to design the program, the programming into artificial intelligence now. There's a lot of robots. Last time we erased our writing with rubber, isn't it? But now we delete We don't talk about erase, we talk about delete. So there's a lot of languages has changed. And then of course, the in-service. When we talk about in-service, it's already in the school. So if they are already in the school, said, Yahoo, I don't bother about training. No, I really like in Singapore, if you're the in-service teachers, if you don't change the way you're teaching, it's not fun, it's not innovative, you will get a grade that's very low. Then they said, hello, you are under observation. If you don't do well, you don't follow the merit, you can, goodbye to the school. So these are the things that through the Southeast Asian teacher education program, we want to change our way of teaching. More on inquiry-based, interdisciplinary STEMs, and hands-on activity. All right? The second one is that identify and address policy to support STEM integration. So I really like Kazakhstan just now said that they are willing to merge between the maths teachers and physics teachers. They talk together, and then how can they implement it in the classroom, in the teaching, in the activities, all right? And of course, we don't forget about PISA. Then everybody might say, Dato, why worry about PISA, especially in my country? There are, as long as the student come to school and learn fine, at the moment, PISA is the best framework to assess on mathematics, science, and reading level. So that's why now we need students, they'll be able to communicate, not only in terms of they getting A's, but the A with the communication, with the confidence, they are talking on concepts of mathematics. In Malaysia now, I really like to see under our program, SEA-TEP, the students start talking. Ayo Dato, this rice and the food they are eating is lack of sodium chloride. Actually, sodium chloride is only salt. So the students are able to talk about the etymology in terms of the periodic table and so forth. All right? The third one is that create to buy in from the educational leaders. So they mean whatever research we have done today and you're going to bring back the policy brief, please go and see your ministers. Go and see your local education agency to change the way we are teaching, the curriculum design. I'm very happy to say that because I'm in the working group for the National Education Malaysia, we are in the process of 13 RMK of Malaysia, so we are already proposing change the curriculum, change the way we are teaching. So we are doing it, we are piloting, and I hope other countries will follow through. All right, so number 4, we have to synergize regional effort by mobilizing talented trainers. So we have a lot of trainers here. We have a lot of experts here. Let's work together, use, invite. So we don't have to go and travel. We can do everything online now. So, we can, that's what I'm doing. We are National STEP Association doing a lot now. Yesterday, we do a generative AI through online. It's about 200 people attending our conference. So these are the things that we want to synergize and mobilize talented trainers. And 5, to create online repository of high-quality STEM curricula and instructional materials. We have all the curriculum. We have the activities. So this is where we're going to share to all the countries to further expand to make sure that we align with the NGSS, which is a next generation science standard, and also the PISA framework. And of course, number 6, establish a regional framework for online or on-site interaction between communities of practice. Because now, even in Malaysia, we have not only going to the classroom and sitting proper like this, we have also a lot of online courses. We have a lot of, the online on-site interaction to make sure the learning is happening not only within the country, but of course in other parts of the world, all right? Okay, so really hopes that let's propose to our local agency to make sure that what we are doing here is happening. All right, for the strategies for the way forward, One, we would like to suggest on assemble and share STEM learning resources in the sense that whatever we have resources here, we share, we upload, we keep on doing it to make sure that the student get the best practices. And I understand that even in my country, we have 14 states. In Malaysia, there are certain parts, rural areas, their internet is quite slow, but we send them recording materials. So this is happening, and then they really enjoy our activities. Number two, we have a lot of semi-regional centers, so we work together hand in hand to make sure that we can pool trainers from partner institutions. Number three, we like to recommend establish a consortium on STEM education in Southeast Asia beyond to make sure that all these efforts is continuously being practiced and being utilized to make sure that is the goal being achieved. Number four, empower and support experiential educational leaders to strengthen STEM practices. So the leaders, so this is what we would like, also, besides teachers, the leaders, in Malaysia, we have like STEM ambassador. So we are hoping that we can work together hand in hand on this STEM ambassador, from students, from teachers, from communities to expand our practice on STEM. And last but not least is the collaborate on securing support for sustainability. So we would like to identify and secure additional resources to support program. This is just the beginning, what we are doing here. So we see it's happening, but we need to expand further. So we really hope Chevron will support us further to expand, because like Indonesia also we are talking about millions of human beings to help there. And then in Malaysia and others it's thousands and thousands of people, but now we are only, it's like a pilot started, but the effectiveness is there. So I hope that with our sharing, sorry it's about rushing, we will organize more lengthy discussion in future, but I really enjoy doing this collaboration and hope, looking forward to Let's Fly STEM and Talent Higher. So with that, thank you very much, and pass to you back the MC.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Noraini. That was such an inspiring idea for our future students. Next session is going to be a research presentation on the topic of empowering future teachers, pathways to professional excellence. Each presenters will have 15 minutes, and once everybody already have finished their presents, it's going to be the time for the commentators to comment after this. So, first, please welcome Sanurajaya, empowering STEM educators through professional development, implementing the modeling framework and the claim evidence reasoning approach. Give a round of applause.
Good morning, all the distinguished guests, our fellow college educators and college. My name is Sandra. I'm representing CM Wrexham. We work together in the project of SEA-TEP and STEM Act. Okay, it's my great pleasure to share with you today our research empowering STEM educators through professional development, implementing the modeling framework and the claim evidence reasoning approach. Okay, just now we just listen about how very inspired speech by Dr. Noraini when they ask about what is actually sodium. So when we watch a Korean movie, the actor always say that, I don't like this food because there's a lot of sodium, right? But our students don't know what is sodium. Now, we go through in our CR because our students now is stepping into our complex technology drivers, which is everybody changes. Our STEM education also changes. We not only focus on the knowledge, we are focused about how the knowledge can improve our lifelines. In future, what they are going to be, like as a job creator or job seeker. So what we are looking now is we need the professional development to support our educators in adopting new teaching method effectively. This is what we know. This is 100% aligned with a 21st century skill that focus on skill like digital literacy, adaptability for modern challenge. And then this is, we more focus on what is SCER framework. Why these two approaches, CER and modeling? Why we just looking for this and how this is CER can help our students to ensure our teachers more understand, promoting structure, the element of claims, evidence, and reasoning. And about the modeling. Modeling is how the students want to show and support the reasoning. They are going to visualize, they are going to create their own project, or they are going to transform in digital literacy and in how they are going to evaluate what they are doing. There is the way how the students can create their own modeling. Okay, this is the conceptual framework that we are looking for how the professional development can structure learning experience through the understanding of the element of CER and modeling. And we are go to the instructional transformation, which is we change the way they are create their lesson plans, and we need the institutional support, which is the external resources, like what we are doing now. Our research is related with the STEM Ed project, and then we collaborate with the other CMO institutions, and then we are looking for the barriers, constraints, and educators' confidence. This is our research objective, to evaluate the effectiveness of PD, professional development activities under SEA-TEP in supporting CR and modeling framework, which is, this one is we are focused on how enabling educators to apply these strategies confidently and effectively. The methodology that we are use the qualitative case study approach to explore educators' experience in deeply. The sample is 143 purposes sampling. We refer to the STEM educators, and we use the open-ended interview to get together all the primary data, and then to come with the findings, we inductive coding and thematic content analysis method. And this approach to allow us to capture authentic educator voice, what they feel about CR in the real classroom setting. The first finding that we figure out is how this CR can improve the lesson design among the teachers. When we introduce them with the CR, the teachers shift from lecture-based and to go to the first start in their classroom with the claim, how the teachers embedded the element of claim in their lesson plan. Randomly ask the students what happened if, like, say, we use cold water or the hot water, what's going to happen to the salt? Which salt going to dissolve? That one is the way how they are going to start the lesson plan. They now understand. They have to give what is happened in the real world to let the student understand what's going to happen in the cold water, what's going to happen in the hot water if we add the salt in the water. And then there is the way how the teachers use the lesson plan towardly using like a constructive theory, how they are encourage the students things beyond the books, beyond the classroom. And we also find out that mostly of the teachers really agree that CR effectively used to structure reasoning through the effective cert implementation, which if the teachers, the educators, they have a clear structures in their lesson plan, and they just like how to ensure that the teachers really understand what is their aim, what is their objective in their lesson. And then when we go to the modeling strategies, the educators know how to encourage the students to make sure the students understand when they come up with the claims, and then to make sure to support their claim, they come up with the strategies to make sure they know how to create the evidence. Like, for example, salt in the hot water or salt in the cool water. So the students, so the teachers have to make sure their students understand how to come up with a very good evidence. And then they, of course, they are going to do an experiment to support the evidence with the modeling. Through the modelings, they can use visualize through the mapping, mind mapping, create their own activity, put salt into the hot water, put salt in the cold water, what will happen. That is how they are going to visualize. And then this is kind of project-based that to make sure the students understand. Then, and the teachers also can deliver their content very well. They can achieve their lesson plan. And then the key findings in our qualitative interview also, they are looking for the institutional support, which is the teachers need, the teachers understand that they need the professional development, but they really need outside support, like what we are doing now in our research. In future, we are going to support them to let them more understand about the CR through the professional development. And they also address about the barriers, how the time constraints, because as we know, the teachers have to relate on their schedule in teaching and learning, but they cannot focus more how to make sure the students really understand about the claim, about the evidence and reasoning, how they can come up with the very good modeling to let them more understand about the contents. For example, when we talk about the solar, the student understand about where is the solar. Actually, the solar is heat from sun, right? And how we come up with something good from the solar. We can create a solar steel project, for example. This one is a very good project for to create, to show that, to support our evidence and to create our modeling, our own modeling. And then through the professional development also, of course, they come up with how the impact of for the teachers in terms of the confidence related. And this is when we have our project with these teachers. They are really eagerly understand how to do the claims and how to gather all the evidence and how they provide the reasoning. At the same time, they create their own modeling to let the students understand about the contents. And for the conclusions, our findings show that the professional development will support the instructional practice. Educators become the facilitators in the classroom, not just textbooks based, which is we just refer to the content, but the educators is just like a guidance to our students how to create a new things in their content base, not like example, if like say we learn about heat, what is the new thing behind the heat? There is the thing that we need in our professional development and how we are going to integrate the element of CER in our professional development. And this is a recommendation for the future policy. Of course, it's for the scaffolds, PD support, and then we need time and curriculum flexibility, especially because the teachers, of course, in all countries, they have their own schedule, their own lesson plan, but they don't know how to integrate in fullest of the element in CR. And we have to tell PD to teachers experience level, which is novice, need, foundational, and we also have to engage more institutions to make sure the professional development is not just stop accordingly to our research, but can expand beyond. Okay. I think it's time up now, right? Okay, thank you. Oh, 1 more minute. Oh, okay, 1 more minute. Based on what we get from our professional development, PD, where we do our research among STEM educators, most of them that really agree. Nowadays, we cannot talk about the textbook contents. We have to talk beyond the textbook, which is we have to drive the students to ask this question, drive the student to ask this question, to claim what we are going to learn for today, and then how to support what they have claimed. They have to give the evidence, right? Like what we are doing now, we claim that PD is very good, but I give the evidence. That is the way we have to emphasize in our classroom nowadays, especially in STEMs, because it's very critical. In Malaysia, 40-30 cannot reach yet. That one is what we are target. And then the modeling, the reasoning. That one is to make sure the students really understand what they learn. To make sure what really understand what they learn through a very good reasoning. How to come to very good reasoning is we have to create some modeling. It's up to the teachers in terms of the mind mapping or project based. Okay, I think that's all. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Sanurajaya. Next will be Enhancing STEM education in Kazakhstan, assessing the impact of the professional development course by Dinara Rizbayeva.
Good morning, everyone. I'm very glad to be a part of such a great event that gathers so many people around this idea of STEM education and improving education in the world. So thank you for this opportunity to be a part of such a great event and to present the results of our research. I'd like to share how a focused professional development program helped Kazakhstani teachers implement modern STEM strategies, including CER, modeling, and modeling into their classrooms. In today's world, education is more than just teaching subjects. Schools and universities have become places that support both learning and overall well-being. Because of that, the role of teacher is also changing. And teachers are now expected not only as deliverers of content, but also to inspire, to guide, and respond to fast-changing realities, from digitalization to new students' needs. So to keep up with these changes, educators need ongoing training and support. And that is why Kazakhstan places a strong focus on lifelong learning, not just for students, but also for teachers. The country sees professional development as a strategic tool to improve education, meet global demands. Many national programs now support this idea. For example, Quality Education, Educated Nation. This project aims to provide high-quality training and ensure teachers can meet modern expectations. This study is a part of the educational project Strengthening Teacher Education Program developed by the Caravan of Knowledge Corporate Foundation and the Southern Asian Minister of Education Organization Regional Center for STEM Education. The main goal of the research was to evaluate how teachers approach to lesson planning changes, and after they completed a professional development course focused on CER, PBL, and modeling tools. We also wanted to know what difficulties or challenges they might face when they trying to apply these new methods in their classroom. So why is this research important? In Kazakhstan, there is still a strong need for more training and methodological support in STEM education. Many teachers, both in service and pre-service, don't yet have access to consistent training in this modern approach, and often there is no clear national strategy on how exactly STEM should be taught at different levels. The course we focused on was created by the academic team of the STEP Janata Lab project, and the program was developed in alignment with national educational standards. The aim of this course is to help teachers gain practical skills in teaching modern sciences. So, to achieve our research aim, we set the following research objectives. First, to analyze how confident teachers felt in using CER, PBL, and modeling tools after the course. Second, to assess how satisfied they were with the course, especially in terms of the balance between theory and practice. The third, to identify specific difficulties teachers faced when trying to apply these new methods in real teaching settings. And finally, to examine whether the course influenced their professional growth, motivation, and willingness to continue learning in the context of STEM education. So STEM education continues to grow globally and plays a critical role in modernizing education system. Its integration into school programs helps students gain a deeper understanding of science and technology while also developing essential skills like critical thinking and problem solving. One of the key challenges in STEM education is transforming the role of the teacher. Today's classrooms are shifting from teacher-centered to student-centered approach, where teachers act more like facilitators. This change requires educators to adopt new teaching practices and tools. To evaluate how effective the professional development course was, we used a mixed method research design. This means we combined both qualitative data, numbers and statistics, and qualitative data, open-ended answers, comments, and reflections. So the survey was conducted after the course and included 50 participants. To make our findings reliable, we analyzed Likert scale questions to measure agreement or confidence levels. We analyzed open-ended answers thematically, looking for trends and deeper insights, and followed the ethical standards, making sure that participation was voluntary, informed, and anonymous. All participants held a university degree and represented a broad spectrum of natural sciences disciplines, including physics, biology, chemistry, mathematics, plant physiology, and microbiology. This diverse subject background reflects the interdisciplinary nature of STEM education and its relevance across different areas. In terms of institutional background, the majority, about 67%, were school teachers, around 20% represented universities, and a smaller proportion colleges and gymnasiums. When we looked at their professional levels, we saw a wide range. Some were experienced professionals, including PhD, professors, lecturers, and teacher researchers and experts. So this tells us that a large proportion of participants were already high-skilled professionals who were still motivated to learn, integrate new teaching approaches to their practice. Let us now look at how participants evaluated the content and structure of the course, which is an indicator of its effectiveness. The survey results showed that over 80% participants were fully satisfied with the course content and felt that it aligned with their pedagogical needs. An additional 15.8% noted partial compliance, which still reflects a general positive perception of the training. In terms of course structure, the majority, 81%, considered the training to be well structured. Regarding the clarity of learning objectives, nearly 72% of participants agreed that the goals were stated clearly and concise. Finally, the analysis of training models showed that almost 79% found them fully understandable. So we then assessed confidence in applying key components of the course. For example, 58% of teachers reported being fully confident in formulating a problem and applying evidence to support or refute a hypothesis, key element of the CR methodology. An additional 36% felt mostly confident, showing a strong level of comfort with this method. We also examined how confidently participants could offer examples of different types of modeling. Here, 60% reported full confidence and 32% indicated a high probability of applying modeling effectively in class. Confidence in integrating interdisciplinary connection was another key outcome. More than half of respondents, 56%, stated they were confident in using interdisciplinary approach, while 40% said they were somewhat confident. This aligns with one of the foundational goals of STEM education, connecting disciplines in meaningful ways to promote deeper understanding. When it comes to the use of Sage modular tools, 40% of teachers reported full mastery, 46% believed they had likely mastered the tools. Only a few participants expressed doubt, which points to generally strong skill acquisition. So the fourth block focused on the impact on professional activity. The course received high overall satisfaction rating, with most participants given scores from 4 to 5. Teachers reported increased motivation to learn, particularly due to modeling techniques and practical examples. Teachers also noted that the CER modeling methods helped them develop stronger lesson, design more effective lab works, and support scientific thinking and research skills in their students, all of which are essential outcomes for quality STEM education. So the results show that the course had a positive, wide-reaching effect on participants' confidence, teaching strategies, and motivation through some areas such as interdisciplinary integration and tool mastery. So effective STEM education requires a system-wide approach. Teachers must be empowered not only as content experts, but also as facilitators of inquiry-based interdisciplinary learning supported by modern tools. In urban settings, blended learning with CER and SAGE modeling tools can be implemented successfully. In rural areas, offline models and mentorship could offer a gradual pathway for adopting STEP strategies. Looking ahead, future research should explore how technology-enhanced teaching methods can boost students' engagement, support critical thinking, and ensure STEM education in both inclusive and student practical grounded. Ultimately, this course has shown us what's possible and provided a roadmap for transforming STEM pedagogy through thoughtful, localized, and sustainable professional development. Teachers must act not only as subject experts, but also as facilitators of inquiry-based learning supported by technology. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Ms. Dinara Rizbayeva. The commentators will be commenting after all the researchers have presented. Next, enhancing STEM education through professional development, insights from educators' experience by Dr. Bala Murali Tanimale.
Good morning, everyone. So I'm Dr. Balamurali from CMU-Wrexham. So this research is just what I'm presenting will be one small part of the whole research that we did in CMU-Wrexham. Okay. So the title is Enhancing STEM Education Through Professional Development, Insights from Educators' Experiences. And about this study, our focus was to assess the professional development activities provided by the SEA-TEP. And the participants were 143 participants from pre-service and also in-service teachers who participated in the SEA-TEP workshops. And for this paper, as I told you, just one part of the whole research, small part of the whole research. So for this part here, we just did a qualitative data through open-ended questions. Okay. Just now what Ms. Anura did was an interview. So my part here was the open-ended question that explore teachers' experiences, perception, and challenges. Okay? And the research objective to investigate how the SEA-TEP professional development activities assist participants in implementing STEM learning units, including the CER, claim evidence reasoning, and modeling framework in classroom practices. And what we analyzed educators' feedback and reflection to identify the perceived impact of the PD session after they undergo the workshops. Okay. So during the workshop, actually what the participant gone through, they learn about claim evidence reasoning. So about CER, how to make claim, to answer scientific question, how to support claim with relevant evidence, how to connect evidence to claim through logical reasonings. So this actually enhances the critical thinking and scientific argumentation skills. They also learn how to do modeling and 3D learning. So the approaches that help students to create dynamic representations of scientific phenomena. This is what you saw just now in the SAGE modeler. So you can engage with abstract concepts through tangible models, integrate 3 dimensions. That will be the disciplinary core ideas, science practices, and cross-cutting concepts. So all these, they undergo through the workshop. And claim actually is just a statement or conclusion that answers a scientific question. Evidence is just data, observation, or scientific principle that support the claim. And reasoning are the explanation of why the evidence is valid and how it's connected to the claim. So all these they learn during the workshop. That's what they undergo. And the benefit of CR and STEM education, actually it enhances the critical thinking, promotes the scientific communication, deepens the conceptual understanding, and also encourages evidence-based thinking. Okay, this from the literature part there. And at the same time, the participants in the workshop, they undergo, they learn also about modeling. So it's just a use of simplified representation, like in the SAGE modeler, to predict outcome, to make inference, to explain scientific principles, and also they engage in active learning. And the participant also learn about what is 3D learning, about the disciplinary core ideas, the science and engineering practices, and cross-cutting concepts. So this is what they undergo during the workshops. And through literature, the benefits of modeling and 3D learning, actually they can visualize abstract concept clearly when they use the modeling part. It improves the spatial reasoning, promotes collaboration, and encourages active learnings. This is what, according to literature. Okay. So for this study here, for this part, small part here, so we use constructive learning theory, whereby it emphasizes that students will actively construct knowledge through experience, reflection, and social interaction. Okay. So we use the constructive learning theory. And so the professional development through the workshop, so what they undergo. So when they undergo this workshop, actually it can deepen their understanding of STEM subject and concepts. They also learn how to use effective teaching strategies to specific STEM subject. They also undergo some training for practical application, how to implement the new approaches in classroom setting. And finally, they give the feedback, okay, reflection and feedback. Okay. So the methodology here for research design, we use a qualitative approach with 143 pre-service and in-service teachers. We use purposely sampling. And the data collection, we use 5 open-ended questions, and we administer this after the professional development workshops. So for the quality assurance, for the credibility part, we use prolonged data engagement, we use consistent documentation, and we also use audit trails. So for data analysis, we use thematic analysis approach using inductive coding and theme categorization. So the key findings, for example, we categorize the first one as overall impression. For example, respondent 1, they said, I feel the CER will benefit a lot of teachers and students. Respondent 2, it is great to learn and practice. So from out of 143, when we analyze, we get like, mostly they're telling about positive reception. So majority of teachers describe the professional development very good, great, and helpful. Practical applicability, the teacher gained useful strategies throughout the workshop and could be directly applied in classroom, according to them. For areas of improvement, what they say, for example, respondent 12, they say that we need more time to practice and see real example in classroom. This is what according to the respondent. But overall, they are satisfied with the workshop and good. The second finding will be the skills and knowledge gain. For example, respondent 14 said, I know how to guide students step by step with CER approach. Modeling helps students to visualize what they cannot see. So actually, for this skill and knowledge gain, what we can conclude, the participant can get enhanced competence in claim evidence reasoning framework. They know now about how to use the 3-dimensional learning, how to integrate STEM and do inquiry-based strategies. At the same time, it can improve the classroom dynamics, whereby the teacher-student interactions get better. They can create more higher order questioning. They have active dialogues, and when they use the SAGE model, actually they're integrating technology inside the classroom. Okay? The third key finding will be support perceptions. They can get peer collaboration support. For example, respondent 11 said that it was helpful to discuss ideas with other teachers. We learn from each other. Second one will be the support in terms of resource. For example, respondent 39 said that the ready-to-use material made it easier to implement CER in class right away. Another one, they are getting ongoing assistance. For example, respondent 52 said having a Telegram group was great. We could ask questions anytime and share experiences. Okay? The next key finding will be the impact of teaching practices. For example, respondent 1, the PD activities have significantly influenced my teaching practices, particularly in STEM integration. So other outcomes that we get mostly positive impacts. They say got increased confidence in implementing new strategies. They can improve lesson structuring using CER and modeling, and can enhance student engagement and participation. Okay? Another respondent also points out like the CER framework has strengthened my students' ability to construct scientific arguments based on evidence and reasoning. The next finding will be the implementation challenges. However, we still find there are some challenges involved when we are doing this SEA-TEP or CER program. First one will be time constraint. For example, respondent 1 said that the time constraint was the biggest issue when trying to integrate CER and 3D learning. There are diverse learning levels. There are gaps in students' ability to make it difficult to apply CER effectively, especially for slow learners. That is according to respondent 3. In terms of classroom management, for respondent 5 said that managing a large class while keeping the lesson on track is challenging, especially with hands-on activities. There are also resource limitation, according to respondent 7. Limited access to resource make it harder to conduct interactive STEM activities in class. And there are also some language barriers, according to respondent 9. Some students struggle with English, make it difficult for them to understand the technical term used in CER and modeling. So these are the few implementation challenges. Okay, so for the discussion part, the CER framework implementation, the key findings. The teachers, they report that they have their competency increase and their confidence also increase when they use CER. It provides a crucial scaffolding for students to create scientific argument. And teacher now better understood how to help students to formulate argument to support their, and supported by evidence. For modeling strategies, the participant voiced that now they and also the students are able to visualize the abstract concept. The students are having active learning in class, and now they are using some sort of technology in class by using the SAGE modeler. For the collaborative design, what happened? They start to collaborate with teachers among each others. They have group discussion. So for example, respondent 24, group discussion made the concept clearer and gave us new strategies to try. So they have peer collaboration. They talk with each other, with the teachers, and they start to have collaboration. Implementation barriers, as I told you just now, there are time constraint, resource limitations, student diversity, syllabus demand, and language barriers. So these need to identify and resolve first for to move forward. Okay? So the key conclusion, we have effective support. The SEA-TEP PD will continuously support the educators in their understanding and apply STEM, CER, and modeling strategies. It increased the competence among the participants, the teachers, educators. They reported greater confidence in designing inquiry-based learning and promote scientific reasoning. They also resource the value whereby access to practical resource and collaboration learning environment will facilitate the implementation. But they do come with some form of challenges like the time constraint, the syllabus demand, limited resource, and diverse student need. They also need ongoing support. We need to give them more of differentiated material and flexible implementation timeline. Okay? So why it matters, some of them telling that one-time workshop are insufficient, so they need more workshops or more support. So what we need to actually do, we need to regular follow-up session after initial training, need to mentor and have coach programming, we need to have online communities for practice, and periodic refresher workshop. So the recommendation, we have practical examples. For example, we give them model lesson plan, we can give them video demonstrations, student work samples, and we also can provide them with case studies. The implementation flexibility, we need to give them dedicated time with academic schedules for planning and experimentation. Develop modular approaches that can be implemented incrementally, create adaptable resources, and provide both short and extended activities. Okay. So we need to give them also language support. They are multi-language resources, multilingual resources. They are different learning levels, so we need to support them with different materials for different level of students. Subject specialization, resource tailored to specific STEM discipline and interdisciplinary connection. Grade level, so we need to also support with resource. Different age level will have different resource, and different culture also will have different experience, so we need to support them also in terms of that. Okay? So we also need to give a cross-disciplinary collaboration. For example, the benefit there, when we give a cross-disciplinary collaboration, it can create authentic real-world learning experience, will help students to connect between different subjects, leverage expertise from multiple teachers, and we can reinforce concept across the curriculum. Okay? So maybe what we can do, the implementation strategies can schedule collaboration time for teachers from different disciplines. We can do a joint planning template for interdisciplinary units. We can create professional learning communities across departments and shared assessment strategies for integrated projects. So recommendation in terms of resource, we can do digital repository, we can make ready-made templates, we can also share the technological tools available, and also material sharing for all the teachers. So the key component for professional learning community, we need to have regular scheduled meetings, structured protocols, peer observation, collective problem solving implementation issue, and shared responsibility of the student learning outcome. And the impact of this professional development, in terms of teacher confidence, we found out that 87% teachers are confident in using the CER approach. The classroom implementation also, 76% reported they were successful in integrating CER and modeling. And 92% of teachers, they value that this PD is more valuable than the traditional workshop formats. Okay? So for conclusion, the path forward, so this SEA-TEP professional development have shown significant promise to enhance STEM education. So what we need to do for the immediate action, we can enhance existing professional development with more practical examples and flexible implementation options. We can set medium-term goal, establish sustainable professional learning communities, and resource sharing system. And the final one, for the long-term vision, we can create a culture of continuous improvement and innovation in STEM teaching practices. Okay? So with that, thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Balamurali Tanimale. Next, development of research quality indicators for assessing research projects of undergraduate teachers education students by Thawika Tangprapha.
Good morning. My name is Thawika Tangprapha. I come from Faculty of Education, Sri Nakarimviro University, Thailand. Okay, today I would like to present the research that is about the development of the future teachers for the teacher education student. The title of this study is Development of Research Quality Indicators for Assessing Research Project of Undergraduate Teacher Education Student. Okay. So let's see the breakdown of the research. In Thailand, for the national standard in Thailand, so the national qualification framework for higher education and the professional teaching standard, This emphasizes the importance of research competency for graduate teacher education student. So this competency is very important for students because it helps future teachers with the tool to apply knowledge, solve problems, and innovate in their classroom, ultimately contributing to the nation's educational development. The foster this competency for the undergraduate teacher education program require the student to complete a research project during their final year of study teaching, like a teaching practicum or student internship for the final year. To ensure the effective development and quality assessment of this research project, a clear framework of expected quality indicator is essential. This framework can serve as a foundation for designing both the development progress and evaluation criteria. Therefore, this study was undertaken to develop research quality indicators for assessing the research project of undergraduate teacher student. For the research objective, the objective of this study is to develop a set of research quality indicators specifically designed for assessing the quality of research projects conducted by undergraduate teacher education students. Let's see the research conceptual framework. For the conceptual framework, this study adopts a qualitative research approach. The initial version of the research quality indicator was developed through a synthesis of the findings from document review that's related of the quality of research, as well as an analysis of the undergraduate teacher education student research project in the context of Thailand. Okay. Additionally, the findings were further informed by in-depth interviews that explore the expected standard of the research quality for teacher education students in the Thai context. Subsequently, a focus group discussion with the experts was conducted to evaluate and refine two sets of indicators, resulting in the final version of the research quality indicator. This is show the research conceptual framework. Okay, for the research methodology, I will explain about with the procedure of study. So the first one, I start with the review of the literature relevant to research quality in order to establish a framework for research quality. And the next step, interview with experts in educational research in the topic related to expected indicators of research quality. And the next step is synthesize result of the literature review and interview in order to establish the indicators of research quality. And the last step is conduct a focus group meeting of experts in order to evaluate and summarize a set of indicators for research quality. For the informants of this study, consists of two groups of informants. For the first step that I interview for study about the expected quality of the research, start with informant from the expert in the area of educational research and development of the education. And the next informant is the expert for focus group meeting. That is to evaluate and summarize the indicator. For the research tool, the first step use the semi-structured interview question. This is in the topic related to expected indicators of research quality. And the next two is the topic for focus group meeting to use for evaluate the indicator. For the data analysis, in this study I use the qualitative approach. So the data analysis, I use the content analysis technique. Okay, let's see the result. The result of the study. Okay, you can see in this picture. The result for the indicator for evaluating the quality of research project of student. So we found 30 indicators in the dimension of the 6 dimension. Consists of introduction and research context. And the next is a review of related literature and research, and research methodology, research finding, conclusion, discussion, and recommendation. And the last one of the dimension is overall research quality. That is addressing aspects such as clarity of the presentation, coherent across of each dimension. This is show overall of the quality of the research project. For more detail about the indicator in each dimension, I will start with the first dimension is introduction and research context. So in this dimension consists of 7 indicators. Quality of a topic, relevant, a problem, significant, and background, a research justification, a research objective, hypothesis, scope, research scope definition, operational definition of key term. In this table, you can see the description of expected quality of each indicator. Okay, for the next dimension, this is the review of related literature and research. Okay, this consists of 5 indicators and description of the expected quality of each indicator. So that you see the description of the expected quality in the table, that is used for create a rubric of the assessing form for the next study of my study. Okay. In the dimension, so the indicator consists of the quality of conceptual and theoretical foundation, a review of related research, literature coverage and coherency, literature review structure and coherence, a literature source diversity. Move to the next dimension. This is show the research and methodology, research methodology, sorry. This is, I found that 5 indicators in this dimension. The first one is quality of research design, population and sampling, research instrument design and validation, data collection procedure, statistical method and application. And the next dimension is research finding. This is 3 indicators: quality of data presentation format, data analysis reporting, and the last one is result interpretation. The next dimension, conclusion, discussion, and recommendation. This dimension, there are 5 indicators: quality of research, summary, clarity, and completeness, discussion alignment with objective and finding, discussion structure and scholarly rigor, a practical recommendation, and the last one is the future research recommendation. And the last dimension, this is show overall of the research quality. This is cover from the dimension of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yes, for the project research. In this dimension, have 5 indicators: quality of referencing, coherency and consistent, report structure and completeness, formatting, visual presentation, and internal consistency across research component, and overall of the quality of the research work. Based on the result that I have presented, this study product a practical framework for enhancing the quality and academic rigor of the undergraduate research in teacher education program, supporting the professional development of future educators through evidence-based research practice. The finding result in set of 30 research quality indicators is accompanied by detailed description and the expected quality standard. This indicator encompasses in the 6 key dimensions. So, introduction and research context, a review of related literature and research methodology, research finding, conclusion, discussion, and recommendation. And the last dimension is overall of research quality. So from the study, I will provide a recommendation for the applying for the research funding. The first one is the curriculum can adopt the proposed research quality indicator as a foundation for formulating policy aimed at enhancing both research development and instructional practice in research-related course of student-teacher. The next recommend is the curriculum can integrate these research quality indicators, which consist of 6 key dimensions, into the design of instructional process and evaluation of a final year research project. However, in applying this indicator, it is imperative to consider their weighting and significance in the light of the curriculum, policy, and context. This approach can help improve the quality of student research in alignment with expected academic standard. For the future research, so in this study, provide the recommendation. The first one is the recommend about the development. So the user should develop for the assessment tool for evaluating the research project of the student. This is for my study after this result. So I have developed the assessment tool for the rubric scoring for 4 levels. I use the dimension indicator and description for the expected of the quality to create the descriptor in scoring rubric for the assessment form. This is used for the formative and summative assessment for the project of the student. Not only this purpose, but also to use for the diagnostic assessment too, because the description in rubric, so this can give the feedback to the student, so they can expect if they would like to get for more higher of the quality, what should they do, like this. And the next one is for the future research is should investigate for factor influencing the quality of student research. Insight gained from such investigation would provide valuable information for the effective development and support of student researcher. For this research, this is the part of the research on the development of research quality assessment form for undergraduate students in the educational curriculum. So the next step of this study is to develop a research quality assessment tool. And the assessment tool and now it complete for develop. This show the scoring rubric for 4 level. And now is currently under publication. And finally, I would like to thank for the funding agency, the Faculty of Education, Sri Nakarin University, Thailand, the provider of this research funding. And thank you for your attention. Thank you very much.
Thank you คุณทวิกาตั้งประภา Next, enhancing science pedagogy through the SEA-TEP initiative, assessing the impact on claim evidence reasoning and modeling competencies in science classroom. Welcome, Ms. Shamima Parveen Abdul Rahim.
Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning. My name is Dr. Shamima. I am from SEA-TEP. Together with my colleagues here, we feel very grateful and honored to stand in front of all of you to share what we have worked so far. My part, I will be sharing on enhancing science pedagogy through the SEA-TEP initiative, assessing the impact of CER, modeling competencies, in science classroom. This research has been co-authored by Dr. Bala, Dr. Parvinder, Dr. Nandini, and also Ms. Sanura. Okay, as all of us know today, together with me, my colleagues, we have presented few part of SEA-TEP initiative. For this study, I will be focusing to investigate the scalability of SEA-TEP across different contexts and its impact on teacher applications of CER, modeling, and 3D learning. I think I can skip the introductions of CER, modeling, and SEA-TEP because every one of us are well versed with this information, yeah? Right. Okay. As all of us, I believe here, we gathered here and we are sharing same interest, same mind, believing what STEM can do with all of us, right? Or else we won't be here. So together with this, I believe we know our role and we are ready to go, right? Because of the importance of STEM in education to benefit our kids, our nations, and the future in education. Again, maybe I can sum up one of the reasons why SEA-TEP, why basically we are looking into how we can improvise the issue the teacher is having. So again, this comes under teacher preparedness issue in Southeast Asia. The structure, the professional development structure need to be implemented effectively with the STEM practices. So this is why we work on SEA-TEP. Again, I can skip this slide as well. Okay, for research background, the first one is to scale up the STEM learning practices. As I mentioned earlier, we are here because we believe what STEM can offer to us, right? So pilot studies in my research assess the effectiveness and also the adaptability in diverse contexts. SEA-TEP focuses on piloting a teacher education program and collecting feedback for scalability. Many Southeast Asia countries face challenges in teacher preparations. Even I heard we had a sharing earlier how the teacher needs support to make the implementations and to make teacher to prepare well, to be confident, to share and help the kids together. Again, we are here to promote CER, modeling, and also 3D learning in science education. Because CER, it can foster not only scientific thinking by guiding students to make claims, support evidence, and justify with the reasoning, but more forward, we are looking into how teacher can actually build the confidence of using this element in the classroom. Together with the CER, we believe scientific modeling, the 3D learning, can elevate the teaching practices in the classroom as well. So the conceptual framework of the SEA-TEP study in our research, we see the input here, we are looking into CER, scientific modeling, and the orientations of the 3D learning, the core practices, scientific practices, and cross-cuttings, right? So the interventions, what we did is we did a few trainings to the teachers to let them know what is CER, what is modeling, what is 3D learning. And the outcome, we study on the understanding and the applications of CER, scientific modeling, and also 3D learning. In our research, we have 2 research objectives. So basically, we have around 7 research questions, so it's going to be a little longer, right? So first research objective here, to study the effectiveness of the feasibility study initiative of SEA-TEP in promoting the scaling up of STEM learning practices. First research questions we work on to study how do participants perceive the feasibility of scaling up SEA-TEP to a larger audience. Second research objective, we look into how to assess the impact of SEA-TEP on participant understanding and application of CER, modeling, and also 3D learning. These are 6 research questions that covers this research objective. For the research design, we use fully quantitative research design to study and to answer those research questions that I mentioned earlier. Right. For data collection, we used comprehensive quantitative survey instrument. Yesterday, my colleague, Dr. Parvinder, he actually explained and shared the validated research instrument for this purpose. So we use the instrument, the survey instrument, to answer the research questions. The data have been analyzed quantitatively. There are 141 in-service science educators, science and mathematics educators from various primary and secondary government schools across Malaysia. Please allow me to walk all of us through each research questions. Okay, these are the item codes used for research objective number 1, research question 1. There are 5 items for each construct here. Second research questions, this is to understand CER, another 5, to measure understanding of CER framework components. For research question number 3, the purpose is to evaluate how CER is applied in instructional planning. Research question number 4, to access conceptual understanding of scientific modeling. Research question number 5, to evaluate the integration modeling in lesson planning. Research question number 6, to measure 3D learning. Number 7, the last one, to evaluate the applications of 3D learning in the classroom. This is the summary of all the item codes and the purpose that will be used to answer all those 7 research questions. Please allow me to share with all of you the key finding from each research questions we have. For research question number 1, we can see positive shift with a mean rating increase from 1.93 to 4.43 across 3 key items. It also shows the high internal consistency. The Chromebook Alpha showed 0.98, which confirmed the reliability of the measure and it is statistically significant improved. For research question number 2, it covers how effectively do participants understand CER. So we analyze separately claim, evidence, and reasoning. All of this section, it shows positive shift mean scores rising from 2.0 to 4.0, and it shows high internal consistency, Cronbach alpha value 0.98. Research question number 4, how effectively do participants understand modeling? It also shows positive significant statistic here. We can see the mean increase is from 3.20 to 3.32. For research question number 6, it is on to understand 3D learning, the core idea, cross-cutting, science and engineering practices together. We see the integrations of 3D learning. It also shows positive increase in the pre-test and post-test. For research question number 3, 5, and 7, we look into the applications of CER, 3D modeling, and also 3D learning and also modeling. For research question number 3, participants apply CER. So for section 1 until section 4, it shows increase in the mean value 3.24 to 3.29 for section number 1. For section 2, mean increase of 3.27 to 3.31. Section 3, we can see the increase of 3.29 to 3.31. Section 4, 3.21 to 3.26. Overall summary from these sections, I will say the finding confirmed CTEP's strong impact on teacher ability to apply the CER framework in practice, fostering inquiry-based teaching and advancing scientific literacy in Southeast Asian classroom. For research question number 5, we work on to know if the teacher has effectively applied the modeling in their classroom after attending all these workshops, training that we did with them. For section 1, we study the knowledge they have on the modeling technique. It shows the increase of the mean value 3.22 to 3.30. Section 2, we worked on implementations of modeling in lesson planning because the teachers are required to come up with a lesson planning. So from there, we get to know there is an increase of the mean value 3.24 to 3.29. Section 3, perceived effectiveness of modeling in enhancing learning. It also shows the increase in the mean value from 3.27 to 3.30. In overall summary, I would say finding from CTEPs, again here we can see there is a developing both understanding and practical use of modeling in science instruction, positioning it as a powerful strategy for deeper learning across Southeast Asian classroom. Research question number 7, how effectively do participants apply the 3D learning in their classroom after attending the CTEP? Section 1, scientific practices, it shows the mean increase in the mean value 3.24 to 3.27. Section 2, core ideas, we can see the mean value increase from 3.20 to 3.24. Section 3, increase in the mean value of 3.20 to 3.24. Finding from these sections, it shows the effectiveness in translating 3D learning theory into practice, equipping educators with the skills to deliver engaging, coherent, and standard-aligned science lesson across Southeast Asia classroom. That's the finding that we got from our research. To conclude, I would like to share the summary of the key finding. As I showed the data earlier, it shows that statistically significant improvement observed in participant understanding and also the classroom applications of CER, scientific modeling, and also 3D. There is a high internal consistency across all constructs. The final thought that I can share here, CTEP has effectively bridged the gap between research-informed pedagogies and a real-world classroom implementation. With its evidence-based design and strong educator endorsement, the initiative offers a viable, scalable model for regional STEM education reform, positioning teachers as change agent in advancing 21st century science instructions across Southeast Asia. In conclusion, CTEP presents a robust model for enhancing STEM education across Southeast Asia. Its success in increasing teacher competence and confidence in implementing effective STEM pedagogies should be seen as the foundation for scaling up this initiative regionally, contributing to broader goals of education reform in the region. Right. For recommendations, please allow me to explain on the recommendations. As yesterday, when I heard there's sessions going on a policy, I kind of interested to suggest this could be a way that we can consider policy integrations from this research-informed pedagogy. Ministry of Education should be integrate CTEP-like framework into national teacher development policies, align standards and funding with the program goal, and promoting scientific reasoning, modeling, and interdisciplinary learning. Apart from policy integration, we can also look into curriculum reform. Teacher education institution should update program to include CTEP pedagogical elements such as CER, scientific modeling, and 3D learning. I'll wrap up because time's all right. Okay, apart from curriculum reform, we can also see regional adaptation and scaling, sustaining teacher growth. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Shamima Parveen Abdul Rahim. Next, last but not least, for the presentation for today, Implementation CER's Framework for Pre-Service Teacher in Malaysia by Kun Waraporn Prichaporn.
A very good morning to the distinguished guests and all the participants for this session. I'm Waraporn Prichaporn from SEA-TEP, and also we have the team of the research and the team of the implementation. In SEA-TEP, during we do the collaboration with CTEP, and so we have two teams. One is the research. As you attend the result, the finding from the research team. So, and another team is the implementation. During the implementation, I would like to share the process of the implementation during the, before the research going to collect the data. For the implementation, I would like to, today you heard a lot of the CER. The CER, that's the CER, also known as the stand for claim, evidence, and reasoning. The CER is the process that for the teacher, actually sometimes when we conduct in the classroom, we have different way of the conducting the teaching, and also different name. So now we are going to scope at the CER. So this, the activity for the implementation. I would like to skip the CER framework because of in the morning, throughout the morning you heard about all about the CER, and the important is I would like to thank STEM-AT children to bring together to collaborate with 5 countries to work together. We have Thailand, we have Kazakhstan, we have Indonesia, we have Malaysia, and Cambodia. This actually the different country in Malaysia different from other country because of we have 3 types of the school. The government school, they can use Bahasa Malaysia, and we have the Chinese school. We have the Indian school. For our implementation, we focus on the in-service teacher. In-service teacher are the teacher that the institution prepare the teacher before they do the practicum in the school. And also this group of the teacher, they have to teach in the Chinese school. This is very interesting in Malaysia. For the implementation, we start with, we have the meeting together with STEM-AT, with the other institution to discuss about we are going to implement the they give me a special stage. Okay, so when we prepare, we start from the meeting. And also the very important person that I cannot avoid to mention this Dr. Prachayapong. Dr. Prachayapong is the one, please give him a big clap, to take his effort to share the idea of the CER framework together. Whatever we conduct the workshop, whatever we conduct to share the idea, Dr. Prachayapong is play very important role to share the idea of the CER framework together with his example of activity. So this also courtesy, I would like to, his courtesy to share this idea. CER framework, when we talking about the claim, evidence and reasoning, behind the claim, evidence and reasoning, we need the learning triangle. From the learning triangle consists of the activity, the assessment, the learning outcome. It's not, when you mention about the CR, it's not just CR. We have the theoretical behind CR, so that when the result from the research, they mention that the teacher say that this CR make them better understanding, know how to teach in the classroom, know how to do the activity in the classroom. And also together with 3D learning. 3D learning, we can link the idea of the class, the idea of the life, daily life, to bring the daily life come to the classroom, so that as Dato mentioned, we want the student to create the job, not seeking the job. So from the daily life, from the activity, the student have the critical thinking. From this, as I mentioned, is learning triangle, they have the objective, or the outcome. They have activities. They have the important in the classroom. You cannot avoid assessment. Assessment to know how the progress of the student, so that the teacher will engage the student whatever level of the student. And this, as I mentioned, 3D learning. 3D learning is related with or connect with the idea that the student interested or cross different grade, cross different subject, so that we can integrate STEM learning in the classroom. This is the idea of the CR. Then for our implementation, our objective to implement the training. We focus on the training, and the target group of our training is the pre-service teacher. We have many institutions in Malaysia, but we focus on our pre-service teacher, which next to our center. That's the Pulau Pinang campus or Penang campus. We have 3 phases of the implementation. The first stage, pre-observation. We have 3 phases. The first one, we conduct the workshop, and also we invite Dr. Prachiyapong to present the idea to the pre-service student. After that, we do the pre-observation. After the attend the training, the participant will share their lesson plan. The lesson plan very important, so that we can see from the lesson plan that follow the plan that we learned from Dr. Prachiyapong. Then after that, from lesson plan, they can take the video to show our expert. After they show the video, the last phase, we and the expert, including the STEM team, we observe in the classroom. So from the classroom, we have the observation form to observe. When we have, for this, the pre-service teacher, at that time we have 13 from mathematics and 14 from science. Then after that, when we observe in the classroom, we use the observation form. After we use the observation form, we found that this the criteria that we observe from the observation form. For example, the lesson plan, we observe the lesson plan at the beginning, and instructional strategies, classroom environment, student engaging, assessment, then, and also teacher implementation. This is the criteria that we collect the data, and we found that this, the expert say yes for this criteria. We count that actually the classroom, as you notice, when you will see the teacher and expert and the observer. You see the score from the science more than mathematics. And all the experts mentioned this one is more appropriate for science. And also we're thinking about how we can improve for mathematics to use CER, because more activity for the activity like do the experiment, find out, and also find the conclusion. But for mathematics, sometimes we use only the idea of the modeling, the graph, some certain like the mind mapping to represent the modeling. Then the result, when we found that this the CR we look at the strengthness of the lesson plan of the pre-service teacher. We found that the lesson plan, they have the less of the modeling, less of the diagram. And also we want to enhance the pre-service teacher to improve the instructional, and also the quality of instructional, the idea of the activity. Because of in science classroom, they easily to follow the experiment and find out the result, give the reason. For mathematics, is sometimes they found that it's not easy for them. So, in the conclusion, from our journey to do the implementation, we start from at the beginning, we give the idea of the CR. After that, we let them do the lesson plan. After that, we observe the class by observe the video recording, and also we actual in the classroom. Thank you very much. This is the process of the implementation for CR.
Thank you very much, Kun Waraporn Prichaporn. Next is going to be the floor for the commentators to comment. And this is gonna take place on the stage. While we're waiting for the stage to be ready, let me tell you the next afternoon schedule. After these comments, it's gonna be our lunch break, and after lunch break, about 1 p.m., we're gonna be back in this room. It's gonna be research presentation and workshop by SEA-TEP team. Workshop Thinking Like a Scientist, Development PISA, Scientific Literacy Using CER and Modeling by Dr. Haziq Azman, University Selangor, Malaysia. Dr. Murni Ramli, Universitas 11 Maret, Indonesia. Dr. Suparat Shushot, Naresuan University, Thailand. And Dr. Athon Nokkel, Naresuan University, Thailand. And after that, we're gonna have research presentation, dialogue session for regional collaboration in action, insights from the Southeast Asian Teacher Education Program, SEA-TEP, present a research initiative by Dr. Wahyudi, expert Simeo Regional Open Learning Center, Indonesia. Dr. Dinara Rizbayeva, Vice Rector for Academic Affairs, Ualikhanov, Kokshetau University, Kazakhstan. Thank you. Dr. Balamurali Tanimale, Science Education Specialist, Simeo Regional Center for Education in Science and Mathematics, Malaysia. Associate Professor Dr. Sangwon Ngatgratok, Director of the Institute of Research and Development, Sukhothai Thammathirat Open University, Thailand. Dr. Chanpirun Sam, Deputy Director, Phnom Penh Teacher Education College, Cambodia, and moderated by Dr. Noor Hanisa Binti Abdul Hamid, Simeo Regional Center for STEM Education, Thailand. Right now, I believe the stage is almost ready. Please welcome all of the researchers. Ms. Sanura Jaya, Ms. Dinara Rizbayeva, Dr. Bala Murali Tanimale, Kun Tavika Tangprapha, Ms. Shamima Parveen Abdurrahim, and Kun Warapon Prishapon, and our special commentators.รองศาสตราจารย์ดร.มนตรีแย้มกสิกรที่ปรึกษาของสำนักงานเลขาธิการครุสภาด้านพัฒนาวิชาชีพและรองศาสตราจารย์ดร.พร้อมพิไลบวงสุวรรณคณะศึกษาศาสตร์มหาวิทยาลัยเกษตรศาสตร์ Please give them round and applause.
Okay, good morning, all the participants and also the presenters, and also Dr. Montri and a very important person, Dr. Kesara, Naka, from Simeo STEM Ed. Naka. It is such a delighted opportunity for me to be here today and to learn all the, very exciting project. And I have learned so much about what you have done, okay, in your country with the initiative of Simeo STEM Ed and also Chevron, who supported the project, and how the CER, I have learned so much about CER. I think tonight I'm going to dream about CER already because I've heard so much about CER, but also other topic as well. But what we have, I have discussed with Dr. Montri about what we can lead the discussion further, okay? Because we have learned about how CER has been implemented in 5 countries, okay? And with different kind of like you have shared practices, but also there are some kind of differences in terms of the focus of how the CER is adopted and being adapted into each context, okay? So the question that we would like to guide the discussion would be revolving around how the 5 contexts have been implementing and what we can escalate or scale up, okay, the CER into a wider context. And also, even there, I think there are one topic from professor from Sinakarin Travirod, even though it's not about CER, but I think like CER can set us kind of like a framework of like thinking that how the CER can be used as a guiding framework for us to do more scientific argument and produce more quality research and output as well. So do you have any question first before?
First of all, I would like to comment on the success of the Simeo STEM-Ed for the implement the 3D learning and evidence-based approach, which are very good implementation. And I would like to reflect my opinion that overall perspective that all of the research with the presentation today is to show that we can use we change shifting from the what to how. That's very clear modeling framework and CER approach. That's the first of all. And the second one is the implementation challenge, breeding theory and practice is very good. And I think that the teacher readiness and resource constraint, yes. And the third one is evidence-based approach measuring impact and success. That assessing teacher change and assessing the student outcome building. And all of resources use look at the professional learning community or PLC approach. I have some just two questions. The first one, how can we extend this idea to produce a new teacher for the pre-service teacher training, and how we can train the in-service teacher training? That's the first. And the second one, how can we build and expand the collaborative network of teacher, school administrator, and university professor that we can, I would like to get some feedback from you.
Thank you. I think like this question can be addressed by anyone here, right? So who would like to go first? Okay.
Okay. This from the first question, how can we move on for the new teacher, new era, pre-service? Because of when we doing with the pre-service teacher, we also challenge with the pre-service teacher because of 4 years in the teacher college. They also learn the way that the teacher college implement with them. And also the last semester, they going to have the practicum. And then suddenly the project is going on. When the project going on, we also call them for both the lecturer who take care the pre-service teacher to observe the classroom. And also we invite the pre-service student to attend the workshop to realize that the activity we are going to move forward, like using the idea of the CR. Then they also mentioned that it's not easy. It's not easy. We also agree it's not easy. It's just turned immediately. So, but when we found that from the information that we observe the classroom, they change the mindset. We have to change their mindset. And also they agree to do the lesson plan based on our guide, the idea that we guide them. They do the lesson plan, and we also revise the lesson plan. And also the result, as you can see, we can see the more than 70% that they improve their lesson plan. So maybe one day we can adapt the curriculum in the teacher college to prepare this, or we add the idea of the CR in the teaching pedagogy of the teacher college.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I think Dr. Tavika, your research is also about like a pre-service teacher, right? Yes. Okay, so is there any reflection on this?
I think about the internship of the student because when the student, teacher student go to the school, they can learn a lot of idea and motivation, I think, from joining for the practice of the project. Not only this issue, I think, for the applying in the other the other school that is not in the project, that is really important too, because the future teacher need to develop for the new idea about this, I think, and for the pre-service of the university, teacher, student, this is really important. That is try to, teach for a new way of thinking that is really challenging. Yes.
Okay, so next will be like presenters from our neighboring countries. So we would like to learn about how the transition of pre-service to in-service, because most of your research are conducted with in-service teachers, right? So the question is how you think that the pre-service can be fostered, the CER, like a smooth transition from pre-service to in-service as well, not just for the in-service, but also scale up to the pre-service.
Okay, when it comes to the per-service, I agree that because they are the one who are going to the school and going to disseminate the information. So I believe by having continuous professional development for this group of teachers will benefit in terms of disseminating the information. It is not like short-term goal that we achieve, we report and we finish it up. It should be continuous regardless of where we are, so that people are aware about this. People don't forget, and we know what is CER and things are going on. When we do continuous professional development, I believe teachers will be equipped with the information, and they know how to overcome the challenges and make things better from time to time. And through this also, we had an opportunity to collaborate with the different institutions, different teachers maybe from different countries as well, to learn from others and practice in our own country. So I believe by having continuous professional development for this group of teachers will benefit to make the CR implementation live and go far ahead.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Dr. Dinara?
So speaking about Kazakhstan, I should underline that we still need methodological support, and such focused development programs help to make a roadmap for us to implement new ideas in our educational programs. In this project, not only teachers, but also educators from Wali Hanaf University were involved, and they prepare future teachers of science, and this will of course be reflected in the educational programs of the university. The results of the surveys, the results of the implementation, and we hope that this will be the dissemination of this program.
Okay, Dr. Sanura?
Okay, thank you. My ideas is if, let's say, we are going to disseminate the transition from the pre-service to in-service, right? So initially in our teachers college, we integrate the element of innovation in teaching and learning. If, let's say, we just integrate the element of claim, evidence, and reasoning, but the teachers just know what is the claim, what is the evidence, and what is the R. But we want to create new things in kind of contents. In kind of content, how the content can trigger them to create new things. especially where we talk about the STEM education, the STEM contents. We just know about the element of science, how we are going to integrate the element of technology in our content. But where we ask the teachers how you are going to create new things and innovation in terms of the contents. For example, in terms of the topic in physics, everybody talk about physics is very difficult, where we talk about the content of, for example, heat. So we have to make sure our students, the teachers, the pre-service teachers have to make sure that nowadays the student, if let's say we ask about the topic of heat, they can search everywhere. But how we are going to use for future, like for future workforce, for future lifelong learning, and then we have to encourage them to create innovation. That's why in our teachers training college, we encourage the pre-service teachers. We have our own team that you know the content, you have to create an innovation related with the content to ensure that our future learners, the students, understand not exactly the content, but how to bring the content into real life. So there is the way we want to sustain the knowledge, the skill, the ability of the teachers, how they are going to train our future learners. They deeply understand how to use, not just how to read through the books or just Google. Nowadays is very about AI and everything. We can easily get all the information about what is the content. We just read. But how to use it, how to innovate the content to make sure that the students really understand for our future. Because we talk about the future, not talk about how to get the knowledge. Everywhere we can get the knowledge. Knowledge is around in the corner, just everywhere in the learning space, virtually, physically. But how to create, to make sure that the student understand is we have to make sure the pre-service teachers, if like say we're looking for the pre-service teachers, and for the educators also, create your own innovation in teaching and learning to make sure the content is really go deeply how in future they are going to use. There is my idea because I was thinking that innovation in teaching and learning is very important to create new things, especially in preparing our future teachers or in-service teachers. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Bala.
Okay, so in my opinion, no matter they are pre-service or in-service teachers, the professional development workshop enable them to understand properly what are CER, 3D modeling. They can understand well. But actually what they need will be the continuous support. So actually what we can do, if we can create, for example, a platform for them to have this continuous support, or maybe we can create a standardized module for them. This can make them to refer to the content every time they need. So actually for me, I think they need actually the continuous support. They're able to understand, but they want more support.
Okay, I think like what I have heard from all of the 6 presenters, okay, that if you are going to extend to the pre-service, okay, the CER to extend to the pre-service, we need to ensure that there is continuity. And also, we need collaboration so that we learn together, we share, we learn, and we discover together. And also, we need to take context into consideration as well. And last but not least, we need a roadmap. That means we need a strategic plan on how we can foster CER or from the pre-service up until the in-service. Okay, so I think like we might have some questions from the floor, and also because we have participants from Facebook as well. So I would like to ask if from the floor, does anyone have a question first? Because we have about like 10 minutes. Does anybody have a question that you would like to ask or to share? Okay, if not, I have a question, okay? Because, I have thoughts, flying in my mind when I listen to all of your presentations, okay, about the CER. I think it's a very interesting concept, and I think it's very well fit into our international conference because we are all researcher, okay? We are all researchers in education. So, in your opinion, what do you think that CER can be used as a guiding framework for us to produce quality research work using the CER? So does anybody have in mind, or you can think about like when you do your presentation or your research, even though you are trying to promoting CER, but I believe that you might have some CER as your guiding framework as well when you conduct your research, if I'm not mistaken. So does anybody would like to share about your thoughts on how CER can be used as a guiding framework for us when we do research? Anybody else who would like to start first? Okay, Dr. Sanura.
Thank you. Based on our research, what we are looking for when we go for our implementation, CER is actually what we need now, today and in future, I think, because it looks like a transition from the traditional ways and how we are going to transform to the other ways, because CR is in detail encourage the students understand before they find out the answers. This is what CR for me, for ours in this research is CR is really aligned, especially what we are looking now is in the STEM, because the student interest in STEM lacking behind. And then we as educators, we have to make sure the students still have interest, especially in the STEM subject. Based on our research, CR is exactly aligned, and it's a kind of approach that transition from the traditionally to the future approach that can prepare our future generation. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, what I think would be, when we do research, claim is something similar to like making a hypothesis. Okay, and evidence will be your gathered data, and your reasoning actually will be your discussion, how you connect your hypothesis with your data. And using actually the CR framework, you can test or you can gain whether it's effective or not, the CR framework. For example, in SEA-TEP, we already tested the CR framework in a few countries, like in Cambodia, Brunei, and also Indonesia. We found that the CR framework fits well to the teachers, not only for particularly in the science or math subject. They can use in any subjects they want, including arts, music, so you can fit well to all the subjects actually.
Thank you.
All right. I agree with Dr. Bala when he said CER is not something new, because when we see claim is something lead to make hypothesis, right? Hypothesis, doing experiment, reporting, discussing is there actually, but it is not called as claim, it is not called as evidence or reasoning, right? So it's there, and for the students in the context of science classroom, they already get used to it. To practice all this when they are doing experiment, reporting their data. This is not something new, I believe, but it has to be emphasized. They should know they are actually looking for it, and they should emphasize on it, because most of the students, they might not know how to make a good claim, how this is the evidence, this should be the reasoning part. So they need to be very clear how we have to train the teachers. I mean, with a framework, maybe we could have a proper rubric guide, to guide the teachers, okay, this is the perfect claim, evidence, and reasoning. So I believe with having a proper guide, proper framework, for example, like a rubric and all this, could actually lead to a better understanding to make this more effective in the science classroom. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Tawika, because you develop all the indicators, okay, about how to do like research for graduate students.
But I learned a lot of things very interesting from the presentation. And I think I formed the pre-service teacher school. So I think not only the teacher in the school, but also the lecturer in the university too have to train about this because I learned a lot of things very interesting today. I think for the training in the Faculty of Education is really important too for the future need of the future teacher that we have to concern. And I think for the PLC technique, professional learning community, we can use it for share and learn from the experience. It's from apply from the university to the school and school to the university and link it together for the development is very important. Thank you.
Okay, I look at the two things. One is look at in the classroom and as a researcher. When we look at the classroom, we want the student to discover something. Then we also let the student ask the question. This means to driving question to claim something. And they try to find the evidence to support the hypothesis of the question. And also they can find out the reasoning to link or to connect the question, the evidence to come out as some idea or theory. So similar with we do the research. When the researchers starting, they also starting with the question to create the hypothesis and to find out the method to collect the data. The methodology of the research is similar like to get the evidence and also come out as the conclusion of a finding or conclusion so that we can use the similar idea to be the to guide the guiding framework for the researcher. Thank you.
Okay.
May I add a little bit? Yeah, so I agree with the speakers, and I should say that CER and PBL, these methods develop really critical thinking and creative thinking of our students. And these skills are needed to formulate a scientific point of view on the world because science is everywhere. And this formulates their skills to really to really find out the main idea and to find arguments to support this main idea. And in the future, to create their own research and scientific point of view on the world.
Okay, for the last question, but not the last, but we can start from now. I would like to know that in the point of view of researcher, if I think everybody agree the concept is very good. What are the key success factor if we try to expand this concept to the education in your country?
Key success factor. If we are going to scale up the concept, the CER.
Okay, I think the key success factor you can see among the students actually. So when teachers incorporate the CER, you can see students are able to now to become more engaged in the class. They are able to come up with their own claim. And then from there, it's like we are teaching them how to do actually a mini research actually. So they're able to do their own claim, they are able to gather their own data, and then they come out in front and they start to present what are the reasons behind it. So you can see now the class becoming more engaging actually when you're using the CR approach.
I think that the key success factor is the transformation of the point of view of teachers on the process of teaching. Teaching should not be only just teacher-oriented, but students-oriented. And teachers should guide, should inspire, and support teachers, support students. And this will, of course, involve the transformation in the point of view of our students.
I would say if one student, they are very good in making proper claim, evidence, reasoning, what's next. We will be seeing there is a performance increase among the students. So holistically, I would say in terms of economically, this is a chance for them to improve that this can be done better. So holistically, it is a way to improve economy. And I believe it is actually giving a proper route for the students, not only the student basically, the group of students, entire nations, to contribute for better performance in the countries as well.
For me, I think in nowadays, many students use a lot of technology, that IT and social media. And it's really interesting that the teacher can have the motivation that to move the student back to the class, back to join the teaching and learning activity. I think the motivation from the teacher is really important. That is sent to the student, and the advantage that they give to the student. This is, can bring back the student back to joy and cooperate with the teacher to be the success.
So for my opinion is I look at before the student change the way they learn, they have the teacher have to change the way they teach first, so that if the teacher still teaching the same like the lecture every day, the student never change. Then if the teacher change the way they conduct activity, then the consequences, the children will change.
How you can change
the mindset of the teacher.
University professor in the faculty of education.
This is the very difficult question. so that we need the support from. Okay.
Okay. In my opinion, the last word. Okay. This is like the sustainability. We have come out many research, the impact, but we hope that what we get when we conclude the impact, how we integrate the CR, not just on the paper, but we have to bring up, especially what we just talked now is about policy to sustain this. Everybody knows about the concept, but how to sustain, how to bring this, what we do, we conduct everything to get the impact to the students, to the teachers, to the in-service, and to everybody, to educators. But if, let's say, it's just stop on the papers only, like, we cannot go anywhere. So the sustainability in our research, especially what we talk today, is very important. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. I think I have heard very important suggestions, okay, that in order for the CR, this concept to be scaled up, we really need to focus on students first. But students first is not enough. We need teachers' transformation, okay? But teacher transformation is not enough again. We need to sustain it by having policy support. So like all of these students focused, teachers transformation, and also policy. All of these three mechanisms would help us to guide how CER can run through from pre-service up until in-service and can scale up these concepts to the wider phenomena. Okay, so thank you very much, and please give a round of applause to our 6 presenters. Thank you. And I give the microphone back to the MC.
Okay. That's a very knowledgeable discussions and very enhancing and supporting teachers and learning support systems. To Dr. Sanura, allow me to use your words to end this session. CER is transition from traditionally to the futures. Thank you very much. And allow me to thank to you all again, to our commentators, Associate Professor Dr. Montri Yam Kasikon, Associate Professor Dr. Prompilai Suwan, and our researchers, Sanura Jaya, Dinara Rispayeva, Dr. Balamurali Tanimale, Tavika Tang Prabha, Shamima Parveen Abdurrahim, and Warapon Prishapon. Thank you to all presenters. We now break for lunch and kindly remind all delegates to return at 1 p.m. at this room for the afternoon workshop and delegate dialogue session. Thank you very much. สวัสดีค่ะ